The Supreme Court's going to tell you the same thing.
Exactly.
They're going to look and make sure, listen, he may be able to get some sort of thing through, but he's got to do it under the law. And that's what people keep saying. You can't do this way. You've got to do it the way our Constitution says you have to do. You have to talk to these. You can't just get rid of people because you don't like their religion.
Yeah.
You don't like their skin color.
Yeah.
We took care of all of that, D.
Well, that's what's so fascinating because, you hear him saying, this judge, turned it down. This judge, like all of the judges, all of the federal judges from different courts, different districts, are all wrong. Like I just don't.
Call them fake judges.
They're fake judges. I just don't understand it. And what was so interesting about all of the opinions, and of course I've read all of them, is that they all said, listen, you can't use this national security theory as a pretext. This is a Muslim ban, and the reason that it's a Muslim ban is because you said it was a Muslim ban. You said it was a Muslim ban. Giuliani said it was a Muslim ban. Stephen Miller said it was a Muslim ban. And when you look at interpreting an executive order or any sort of statute, what you look at is what the intent is behind it. When they told everyone that that was the intent, why didn't they think the judges would believe them?
Because they're stupid. But you know what? Not a single American has been killed on U.S. soil by citizens of any of the Muslim-majority countries affected by this order. Not one.
Yeah.
So that's
it's not a national security.
The issue is the screening. The issue is the screening process, that those countries were identified, as the Obama administration did, as there's difficulty in screening those people that are coming in. Now, President Obama did not do this.
No.
However, he did. There are issues with those.
What he did when he identified all those countries is they went in and tightened it up so that they would not have the issues that everybody was finding. Listen, this is exactly what we all say it is.
I disagree, though.
I know you do.
Can I tell you why I disagree,
yes,
though?
Please.
Because there are a lot of Muslim...
with what?
First of all, the first ruling that he put out, I had a problem with.
The executive order?
The executive order. I thought the language was very vague. There were people with visas and green cards that were not exempt. They went in and they rewrote it. They removed Iraq from the list of banned countries. They exempted visa holders and green card holders. They removed a clause that arguably did favor one religious group over another. I don't have a problem with this because it's 6 specific countries. It's not...
Why isn't Saudi Arabia?
You cannot discriminate against Saudi Arabia.
There are plenty of Muslim-majority countries, though, that are not included in this, and the reason is that for countries like Saudi Arabia, the United States government cooperates with them on screening for Islamic terrorism.
That's where the terrorists came from, Jed, and 9/11. That's where they came from.
But the government cooperates with us. But you're not, the Saudi Arabian government cooperates with the United States government because they are combating ISIS and Al-Qaeda within their own country.
I want to point out to you that a lot of the folks that were prevented from coming from Iraq were people who were working with us. And I want to also point out that what he did was he banned people who are American citizens, people who went through the process to try to become...
Not in this revised executive order.
No, but when you brought up the original ban.
Yeah, the original one was a problem. That's why he rewrote it.
But I just want to make sure that everybody understands that he may have rewritten it, but he hasn't changed the content.
And he hasn't changed the intent. And that's what the judges
are looking at.
That's arguable, too, though, isn't it?
No, but some lawyers, Alan Dershowitz, certainly not a conservative, going out and saying that the intent, when you go to the Supreme Court, it's not about intent, because then you could use anything anyone said about campaign.
It's
about the language of the actual order.
No,
that's
not about the language. You don't look at the language. You look at the intent behind the language. And let me tell, well, they're wrong.
And also,
let me tell you.
Wait a minute.
We'll say it. We're going to find out.
They're wrong. They're wrong. They're wrong. And I would challenge anybody. I challenge anybody to tell me that not.
Explain why it's wrong.
This is why it's wrong. When you look at these executive orders in any statute, you don't just look at the 4 corners of what the language is. You look at the intent. Now, in reading intent, what do you look at? What people say. And Rudy Giuliani said Trump asked him to legally create a Muslim ban. Trump told Anderson Cooper, my friend, we can't allow people coming into this country who have this hatred of the United States, Islam. In a February interview, Stephen Miller, his surrogate, said, fundamentally, you're still going to have the same basic policy outcome for the country when talking about this new ban. What does that tell me? This is a Muslim ban dressed
what it does.
in a national security dress.
It's arguable that the original executive order would have had that impact. But the language of this does not. It protects people.
Why do you think it is a clearer? It's clearer in this
How's the
executive
intent
order.
change?
For me, why is it clearer? Because when you exempt visa holders and green card holders, when you remove language from the clause that specifically gives priority to one religion over another.
What I'm asking you is, what is now what he's talking about, the ban he's talking about right now?
Yep.
What is the intent?
What is the intent?
What's the intent?
What do you think the intent is?
I can tell you I have no idea what his intent is. All I care about is the language within the order and whether or not, as the executive, he can manipulate this language to hurt one citizen over another. And I believe that this language in this particular order protects people from Muslim-majority nations where those countries have proper vetting. And it does not protect people where they are not
on that
properly
list
vetted.
has proper vetting. That's what the Obama administration, that's why they created that list of countries. They then went in, hold on, because you can't just walk into America. You can't just walk in here. It's a 2.5-year process.
If you do it the right way.
Well, that's what most of the people have been doing. And those are the people that he stopped. He stopped people who actually did the work. That's the problem. And for me, you know, I know it's semantics, but whenever you put that thing where you're not sure what I know. You're not sure what you mean. You know, sometimes I say to you, I hear people say things and I'm not sure what it means. When I'm not sure what you're saying, there's a problem. And I'm not sure what he's saying because basically what he's saying is these people in these countries can't come here. That's a big swing.
That's like temporary, though.
That's like saying all black people love chicken.
It's a temporary screening process.